on the other one?
Why?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the This That, and the Other 420 special. My name is Ryan TV. Next to me is Zach, the audio maniac Vederman. Yeah. And we hope y'all are having a rootin' tootin' good, fresh and fruitin' time. And it's 420 literally right now, ladies and gentlemen.
As we're doing this, you're not going to see this at 420. It's 420 for us.
Hey, bro.
But it should always be 420 in your spirit.
Yeah, man.
In your heart, in your soul, in your life, in your existence. If you've learned anything from us, it should be that you should smoke weed every day. Actually, you should have learned that from Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, but we're here to perpetuate their teachings, much like Aristotle perpetuated the teachings of Socrates.
Yeah,
you know, we're just learned men of the wise stoners who have come before us.
Yeah, man, 420 is pretty cool, dog. Even though if you're a proper stoner, you do it every day.
Yeah, you know, 420 is like, it's like,
but just because
it's the day for the normies to be like,
just because I do something good, ew, normies. He's such a weirdo. Veteran used to have yo-yos. Look,
yeah,
what's cool about 420 is it's kind of like Christmas or just being it's like heaven. 420 and heaven are kind of similar in the ways that like you do good things every day, so
right?
That on the day of 420,
it's all worth it.
Maybe not all worth it, but maybe it's like, yeah, bro, I'm pretty.
All of your work
every day is 420. I think 420 is like a realization. It's like a realization. It was like, hey, yo, I like smoking, dog, because I do this every day and I live my day every day.
I think it's almost like a good excuse to be your limit tester.
Limit tester, I think is good.
Because also, like, for the average, like the average smoker, they're probably not smoking crazy all day, you know?
Uh-huh.
Wow, I can't hear anything anymore.
Sorry, go ahead.
For the average stoner, you know, they're not smoking, you know, I'd say we're at like a whole nother level of stoner where, you know, we're smoking crazy joints all day, every day, you know, and then there's, you know, like the Midwest stoner who can only smoke, you know, twice a day, you know, or people who like to think that they're a stoner but they can't get their weed as often as they'd like to, you know. 420 is almost like the culmination for stoners to come together and push it to the limit. Smoke as much of the fattest donkers you can get your hands on. Roll up as many joints and sit down and smoke them all back to back to back like crazy monsters, and just have a time to get stupid high.
Yeah, that's my
420.
I don't know. 420 to me always. It has literally nothing. I don't know. I have such a weird relationship with it because I don't glorify it. Really, it's from a financial point of view. It's like Vederman and I, pardon me, we went to go buy papers because we were like, let's roll some fucking joints. And what did we end up doing? The most fucking stoner shit ever, bro. We just walked out
with new bongs.
Fucking new bongs, dude. Like new bongs, bro. And that's like, I think that's 420, bro. Whether it's just the idea that it's like you're financially, you know, we're tied into, unless you're super cool and you get to grow it somewhere and you're good at growing it. You know, most of us are kind of like reliant on other people being able to like grow it,
things,
you know, and be good at it, and we pay for it. So it's kind of like transaction. It's very Christmas oriented. You know what I mean? It's like parents do good things for their kids regardless all the time. So Christmas is no different for them because they literally give their kids a gift every single day, just letting them live under their roof and feeding them and like not killing them, you know? So it's like, but that's 420 for me, man. You know, everything's good, bro. You know what? The other day, my mom, I was on the phone with my mom, and she's getting ready to go on a train ride through Alaska, like on the coast of Alaska.
Okay.
Because it's something that my dad wants to do, which is super dope.
Right.
And she's on the phone, and we're talking, and she goes, hey, what's that show you're doing where you're talking about Colombia? And I was like, oh, what? Because if my mom heard about it, then that must mean someone told her about it, or someone's been watching it or something.
Right.
So she was like, "What's that? What's the deal with that?" And I was like, "Oh, what it's a show that I talk about Colombia with my buddy Danny." And she goes, I think you're number 2. And so she goes, "Well, I saw you on there smoking a whole bunch of fucking weed and shit and like taking stuff." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." And she was like, "No, I saw you on there."
No, I saw it.
And I said, "I don't know what you're fucking talking about." And she was like, "Don't lie to me." And I said, "I'm not lying to you because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dog." So it's like, that's my own personal relationship is just, till the age of 18, I didn't smoke because my mom had put it in me that, that it was not cool, man, that like fucking, basically losers did it, which is like, like old antiquated ways of looking at it. But it's also like, my mom was Colombian, man. Like, I know my mom. I know my mother. My mother used to smoke. She used to smoke a lot of herb, yeah. A lot of herb, yeah. And I heard her when she screamed out, I hear my mother loud, when she smoking out a lot of herb, yeah. A lot of herb, yeah. And when they better come down with her, yeah. And I tell her to come down with her. And I know I got another bit of down flitter, yeah. Tell my mother that I'm down for her, yeah. But anyways, I was like, nah, I didn't smoke any of that shit, dog.
Right.
But that's my relationship, like I literally, honest to God, on everything ever, I was like, weed's for fucking losers, bro. Like, my mom would, weed's not cool. It's not like a cool fucking thing to do, bro.
Right.
And then I turned 18 and I moved out of the house and shit got real shitty. And I was drinking all the time. And then one day I just was like, my buddy was like, I was at my lowest. I don't know, my lowest. And my buddy Trevor, shout out to Trevor, came over. He had a wizard pipe. And I was like almost crying. And he was like, how about you try a little bit of this here? And I was like, nah, bro.
Just like that? He said it just like that?
He said, try and try, yeah. And I was like, no, I don't want to. It'll make you smile, it'll make you smile. And I was like, bro.
Your buddy sounds like the plant, like a Jamaican version of the plant from Little Shop. Just coercing you into doing misdeeds.
So I fucking lit that shit up, bro. And I haven't looked back ever since, bro.
God bless.
I'm not saying, you know what I mean, but I feel like if I didn't have weed, I would have been an even worse. What the fuck do I know, bro? But I know I fucking like weed, bro. I'm not gonna make excuses about it.
It's a good time.
I like the way it makes you feel. You were telling me about how you ate your brownie.
Yeah, the first time I technically got high was off of an edible, but the first time that I was around weed was a high school girlfriend and a dear friend to this day. We were hanging out at another person's house and they were smoking weed, and I just kind of watched them smoke weed to get a vibe for just like I don't know, maybe if I see what you guys, maybe if I just watch you guys do it, like I'll get it, I'll understand. And then
how young?
And then
were you?
her
How
homie
old were you?
I was 17. And then her homie fell asleep, and me and my girlfriend made out on the couch, 5 feet away from her, passed out. Hilarious, good times.
Young man.
Young Love. Titanic was on in the background.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Was it really?
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Sing it to me.
Well, we were down there in the basement. Titanic was on the tiny TV screen. They were passing a bowl around.
Very sexual.
Then the homie fell asleep. The weed made take a little nap.
Everyone's asleep.
But not us. Not me and my girl at the time. We went over to a different couch and we made out, and we said, hey, maybe we could get away with fucking right here next door. And she's like, I don't think we can get away with that. And I was like, you're probably right.
It's called your love.
Yeah, man.
Just like Jack did in that ship.
Yeah.
It's called your love.
That's what it was.
In the basement instead of the sinking ship.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were in the basement of that ship, technically.
That's the thing I'm singing about. The connections. The synopsises are firing off. I'm sorry, I took over your song.
Give me the
Please
lighter.
continue.
Give me the lighter.
Hell yeah, dog.
That's pretty much the end of the story.
Oh yeah, that's a good ass story.
And then, the first time I actually got high was that brownie. And that brownie was bananas.
Shout out to all the homies who get homies high, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's a cool thing to do, I think, for someone.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to be the first motherfucker to get somebody high at some point, And I mean,
and
similar
it's
to you, like your mother really instilled in you like a negative view at a young age towards smoking. And I remember it didn't really come from my parents. I remember most of the early stuff was like from the schools, like in school, in class one day they'd show you a video of somebody doing some weird shit, and it's all a metaphor for like smoking cigarettes mostly. We weren't getting like weed PSAs in elementary school, although I know other people probably did, which is crazy. But I think for us it was a lot more like cigarette and alcohol based. Didn't work, by the way. Sorry, Ohio educational system. Didn't work. I do all of them. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, drugs.
Oh, you know what I think the craziest thing was? Our guidance counselor in elementary school had like a doll, right? That she would put a cigarette in its mouth and light the cigarette, and then the doll would smoke the cigarette, and you would see all the shit go from the cigarette into the doll. Like you could look into the doll's chest and see the tar and the smoke filling up the chest of the doll. And then she got in trouble years later, and all of us were rumoring it was because she had the cigarettes in her office. It's like, it's because of that doll, bro. Why would she get, she had to get that cleared. Like, why would you guys say it was? So I never knew the real reason. She probably just left. She wasn't young, but she wasn't old, but she wasn't young. So she probably just left. She was probably like, I'm done doing this shit. Kids are the worst.
That's fucking nuts, dog.
I
don't remember ever going to any dare things or anything like that.
Me neither. It was, I mean, I know by the time I was doing stuff, dare wasn't dare anymore. They were trying to rebrand it as something else. So there was a lot of like, just don't succumb to peer pressure. I remember middle school was when the in health and science class or whatever the fuck, where they, they're like, don't do Windex cleaner. Don't huff cleaning product from under your sink, essentially. And it was like, kids are doing that? I didn't know that was an option, that you could huff keyboard duster. I didn't think that was an option. I don't want to do it. I haven't tried it. I'm sure it's probably similar to like, huffing ether, huffing poppers probably. Like, have you ever done poppers?
Nah, man.
No,
Where'd you get poppers?
You get them from a sex store?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have. I mean,
oh, was it that POW bottle that the dude had
it's
next to
those-
the sex jelly?
yeah. I mean, you can get them in the head shop too. Yeah.
Well, lay it down on me, bro. Tell me a little bit about these fucking poppers. Huh?
Yeah, that was
Tell me about the poppers.
That was a college
Tell
discovery.
me about the poppers. What you know about the poppers?
Wow.
Yeah, tell me about the poppers.
They're legally classified as a form of nail polish remover.
That's crazy. I wonder if you're MacGruber.
MacGruber?
Yeah.
MacGruber, MacGyver?
Man, do you know about MacGruber?
Not as much as I'd like.
But no, seriously, yeah. No, I've never used poppers, dog. Were you ever? So you use poppers, dog?
Yours
to
is still going.
Enhance
Like,
that anal, express the anal gland, Yo.
I've never used it for said purposes.
Fine.
On my own anal glands.
Oh yeah.
But, other people have used them on their own anal glands.
For your pleasure.
For their
That's why I wrote this song.
Loosen up the dot.
This one goes out for all the people who've used poppers for Zach Vederman.
More people than I'd like to admit.
This one goes out to you. To the first one. The very first one. Whoever took a nice little sniff from the poppers for you. I remember the way you look, the smell you left,
Gross.
the
Gross.
eyes I saw, but that's okay. It's just one way to gay.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Skip. Next track.
Anyways, yeah, man, this next track, coming up on this next block of music. Fucking, what up? It's me, DJ. What up? Caught me off guard. Didn't expect for you to hit me on the next. Music wasn't ready to go. Music was not ready to go, but don't you worry. Yeah,
I'll be ready if I hit you with the skip.
420 is a good time, bro. You know, and
What'd you do? You dropped the goddamn
yeah,
wax.
I'm trying to think. You know, weed has been a big part of my life.
Do you have like a good 420 story?
Not anything that like makes me be like. It's not anything I would tell at a wedding or anything. It's like it's just smoking a bunch of weed. Like that's not. There's not a.
I mean, like I remember when I had to be 19. I had to be 19. I went with Joanna to Chicago to hang out with a bunch of her friends, and we got like this was the first time I had ever done it in my life. We got like one of the big cones, and everybody threw in all the different weed we had. So there was like 6 different strains of weed in one like really long challenge cone. And I remember smoking it and being high as absolute tits walking around Chicago. We went into a couple of different bars and like
Paint a picture for me. What was the bar like?
Well, the first one, I don't know if it's still in Chicago, but it's called 3 Dots and a Dash. You walk in through the door, and it's a staircase down immediately.
I miss you, Chicago.
Wall of tiki skulls adorn the ceiling as you head down the stairs into the bar. Ooh, it's darkly lit, but there's a green and blue aura around the place. You sit down, you see vines hanging from the ceiling, tiki attire, and then I didn't notice that they did it, but they ordered a giant fishbowl drink, like a huge fishbowl for 8 people worth of booze. So being really high as shit, we drank the fuck out of this ball and got blitzed. And then we stumbled back out into the streets of Chicago, walked over to Boys Town, not for the gay clubs specifically, but because they have this magical grilled cheese spot. God, I wish I knew the name. But in this grilled cheese shop that's open super late for all the drunk people, of course, you can get a triple stack grilled cheese. Now, what's a triple stack grilled cheese, you may ask yourself? Bread, cheese, bread, cheese, bread, cheese, bread. It's a magical thing. Truly, a sight to behold. Damn. Chicago. It's a pretty good time. If you've never
420, pretty beautiful time, bro.
Pretty beautiful time.
Pretty beautiful time, bro.
Yeah, man.
But I'll tell you what, man, smoking's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people talk about what good does smoking for smoking.
Have you ever had like a really bad time smoking weed? Have you ever been smoking and then gotten like a super paranoid story? Because I got one of those. If you don't.
Yeah, you know what today is, guys? I've decided today is Veterman's Day.
No.
So every other 364 days out of the week, or the rest of the time it's Bryan talking about his bullshit. But you know what? Tell me more, and I'm just gonna keep.
Okay, so.
No, not this.
Okay, so
it's paranoid. I got you.
We were probably around the same age. It was probably like 19, 20. Maybe no, it had to be like 19. So I was hanging out with two of the homies in a backyard in one of their backyards. We were all sitting by a fire pit, maybe 30 feet, 40 feet away from the back of the house. So, a good little distance away. Smoking hella weed by the fire, hanging out. And this was like the same time when there was all kinds of stories about clowns in the woods and shit, and people getting scared by random clowns just out in public. You remember that shit?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. He remembers. You viewers remember. And so we're sitting back there, and I've hit the point of high where, I could still like move my arms and my torso and stuff, but like my legs, they would not move if I needed them to. Like my legs were straight up locked in this chair. I was straight up locked. I was indica locked in the chair. And I look off into the distance, and I see just like what I think is a thin sliver of white. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but my brain immediately goes to, it's like a clown in a white clown in a suit just hanging out, staring at us from the forest. And I'm like, do you guys see that? And they're like, no, what? Like, there's a thing out there, man. And they're like, nah, bro, there's nothing out there. I'm like, dude, there's something out there right now. And they're like, no, man, no way. But I get in their heads, and I paranoid them too. And so they're like, all right, then let's go in the house. And I was like, no, my legs can't stand. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm too high to stand. And they were like, you fucking idiot. This is what happens in the horror movies. And I go, no, don't leave me. And they're like, okay. And they help me try to like stand up. And we start to like head inside. And we look back at it, and it's just a shed. It was just a shed. It was a shed the whole time, Bryan. I was too high. But I tell you, for as anticlimactic as this story is, the level of fear that I felt in that moment was high. I was truly on a bad one, bro.
I think the music.
And I tripped myself out. The music was appropriate. The music was appropriate.
The only time I've had a bad time. The year was 2010. I was a young boy, built from different stock, 20 pounds lighter and 30 years younger. It all began on a young, beautiful night filled with mystery. Intrigue.
You do have knocking, but can you find it? Oh, how mysterious.
Oh, hey, man, it's me, Bryan.
Hey, man, what's up?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Do you want to do these mushrooms with me?
Yeah, that'd be pretty tight.
Cool, man. Also, do you want to smoke some of this now illegal salvia?
What's salvia?
It's the shit that you can get from the gas station that if you hit it, it'll make you fucking trip balls pretty fucking hard, bro.
Oh, they got that at the gas station?
Hell yeah, it's what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive in 2001.
Hell yeah.
Nothing bad could possibly happen.
Let me in.
All right, come on in.
All
Love
right.
that royalty-free music.
Yeah. All right, so let's watch American Dad while we're both on mushrooms and taking bowl hits of sativa.
I like that you're telling this story as if it were a play.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
All right, resume.
So, hey man, I really enjoy hanging out with you.
It's a good
while
time.
we're tripping balls. We're having
Tripping
a good
balls,
time.
watching American Dad.
And in this salvia, you're a very good friend to me.
Yeah.
And I would never, turn on you out of the blue. Hey, let me hit that bowl. So then I hit this bowl, right? And then I'm like watching American Dad. And it's the funniest shit ever in the world. And all of a sudden, the screen starts looping. And it starts hitting the same fucking frame over and over again. And I'm fucking freaking out, dog. I'm like, oh no, dude, oh no. And I'm laughing and laughing to the point where I can't even fucking breathe, bro. And my buddy's looking over at me and he's laughing too, but then his eyes start getting really worried. And it made me think back to this old copy pasta I used to read on 4chan many moons ago about a young man who went on a vacation or a camping trip into the woods and he ran into the goat man, and every night the goat man would show up and he'd look like one of his friends, but he'd have goat eyes and shit, and then pretend to be one of his friends and eat his homies and shit, bro. And that's what I saw when I was looking at my good friend. And that's where we come into right now, that very scene between me and my friend. Hey, man.
Hey, bro. You doing good over there?
Hey, man. What's wrong with your eyes, man?
My eyes.
Yeah, man. Why are you looking at me like that, man?
I'm not looking at you like anything, man.
Why are you looking at me like that, man?
I'm not looking at you like anything, man.
And this is all happening in my head. See, I was laughing, and the responses I was giving him were in my head. He kept going, what's wrong with you? But in my head, I thought he was looking at me going, what's wrong with you? And I'm trying to go, nothing's wrong with me. I'm okay. What's wrong with you? But all he's seeing in response is me going,
oh no.
And so he keeps going, what's wrong with you? 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 What's wrong with you?
Sounds
All
like
right.
you're just creepypastaing me right now.
I lost my shit, bro. Lost it, bro. So I fucking run to the bathroom, dude. And I'm looking at the mirror, bro. And I'm fucking sweating. And I'm checking if my eyes are fucking normal, bro. And he's knocking on the door. He's knocking on the fucking door. He's knocking on the fucking door. Bryan, are you okay, man? Are you okay, man?
It's actually very upsetting.
Bryan, are you okay, man? Bryan, are you? And I'm staring at the fucking mirror, bro, and I'm zooming, bro. I'm fucking zooming, dude. It's the only time I've ever had a really bad time, bro. I'm fucking zooming, brother, and I'm just staring at the fucking mirror, dude. And he's knocking on the motherfucking door, dude. He's fucking knocking on the door, and I'm like, dude, just give me a second, man. And I'm breathing inside of the fucking toilet, bro. And I'm just fucking losing my fucking shit, bro. I'm like, oh my god, he's the motherfucking goat, man, dog. He's the motherfucking goat, man, bro.
He's gonna get you.
My ass, dude.
Oh, dude.
If I trying to breathe a little bit, I'm like, okay, just relax. Just relax. And I'm like, okay. And I fucking like relax, and I put a little water on my face. And he's like, hey man, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Like, I have no idea. Like, to the point where he was like really freaking out, thought he was gonna have to call somebody. I was trying to call my mom. I was like, I'm okay, dude. Like, I'm not tripping anymore. I'm all right. And he's like, dude, you should make sure that you didn't do anything crazy. And I looked down at my phone, and it's just a white light. And I'm still fucking tripping hard, dog. And I look up and his eyes are the fucking goat man eyes. And I'm like, no! That's just the fake ending. That's the fake ending. I just said I'm the end because there's no real cool way to end the way, you know, I came out and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't know what the fuck happened. He's like, it's okay, man. Like,
did you green out?
Did I green out? I don't know, because I wouldn't consider it greening out because I didn't smoke weed. The weed didn't make me do that. It was the fucking mushrooms and smoking that fucking crazy spice.
Oh, well, then yeah.
But that's the only bad time I've had smoking anything, you know. Yo, I'm like SpongeBob right now. Let me have some of that water, dog. I need it. I need it. H2O. I need it. Thank you. So yeah, that's what I, you know, that was the bad time that I had. Yeah, dude, but for the most part, oh wow, listen to my voice now. I'm like crystal clear, dog. Y'all, I can't even imagine what y'all been hearing me, man. That teleplay we had was probably ridiculous. But yeah, so drugs are cool, I think, for the most part.
I never had a bad time. Well, that's not true. But, you know, the bad times are sorely outweighed by the good times.
Yeah, you know, and just like, I don't know. I'm glad that we're getting out of the stigma that is weed, but I'm starting to get a little worried that it's getting so corporatized. It's long been happening for a long, long time now, but
I mean, you know,
pardon me. I think it's just getting worse and worse. And I think if, you know, Mad Men, or as an example, you know, of corporate weed, maybe we don't have a lot to worry about. But on the other hand, you know, what happens when it really becomes tough for to get the consumption of these things the way cigarettes are, where it's like, if you don't grow your own tobacco, you're still buying it from a main.
I mean, honestly, the way America is and the way the rest of the world is, weed is treated sort of like having a liquor store. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're gonna run into, you know, like, MedMen was trying to be like.
No, I'm just using them as an example of just like the potential that something that big can blow up with corporate.
I mean, that was just trying to be, you know, that was like chain shit. That's like McDonald's shit. You know what I mean? Like, weed isn't like McDonald's. That's where they have it wrong. You know, weed is going to be treated just like booze. You know, it has, like, it kind of is, and it has to be if, like, you know, they want to sell it. I want to talk about this right, but I don't feel like I have enough of the information readily available in this moment to speak on it.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Don't be afraid. Misquote and mislabel. Don't be afraid to talk about things that you don't know anything about. In the face of adversity, when you're talking about shit that you don't know shit about, just make it up. Yeah, and if anybody asks you to back it up with sources, you tell them to back the fuck up. See, motherfucker, only thing you need to know about is the 9 in my backpack, the gat, the things that I carry to come and attack. So if I tell you that the earth is flat, and you better listen, you better step back, Jack. What's my sources? It's both of these brass knuckles against your face, breaking all your teeth off. It's 420, get the fuck back before I knock you out with my theories like the earth is hollow. You got something wrong? How about these hollow points? Yes, never ask me about the information that you need to verify the things I'm telling you about. Just take everything I'm telling you
this is taking a very aggressive turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna sneak into your house if you ever contradict anything I tell you. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna find your remotes and I'm gonna unplug them and take out the batteries and change them out with other batteries that don't work. You're gonna look like a motherfucking fool. Is that better? Is that better for you? Is that better for you in my estate? Hey, yo, sorry I was so aggressive at the beginning of the song. Let me take it back real quick.
It's like Midwestern mom. Oh, now that I like.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Let me be a little more relatable. How about your credit score? Hi, what's your credit score? Wouldn't it be a shame if your neighbors knew about your motherfucking credit score? How about I knock on their doors and tell them, hey, this motherfucker's got a score that's well below those fucking floors. I can hear the heart beating like Edgar Allan Poe stories. Yeah, but guess what about my references? You know what else I'm gonna do? How about I call the fucking city on your shed? I noticed that it's over the legal line instead. And maybe then they'll have to tear it down. What about your kids? I bet they're not supposed to be in the school that they're at. The school district isn't zoned for going all the way out there. I know you have to drive them, little bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so aggressive. I hope you don't misconstrue everything I'm saying. You should fact check people sometimes, but just not me. I'm the only one you should never fact check, G. So if you come up to us while we're rolling around inside of your city, you better shut the fuck up. Hey!
Well,
Come and join us for our 420 episode real quick. You have to sit on this side, though.
Come on.
Oh, he has a bad leg. You sit with Vederman. You guys have to sit together.
Welcome.
Good. We thought you weren't going to be here at all to smoke with us. Wait till you see the bongs we got.
You bought bongs?
Yeah. 420 bongs.
420 bongs.
Now see, that's the green screen behind Will's going to be the only thing that get kept off. It's going to be changed. Will Martinez, ladies and gentlemen, here, take your headphones off so that he can hear us.
You could
turn it back. I will in a minute.
fix it a little bit.
Take your headphones off, otherwise this is gonna get blown out. I know, but what are we gonna do? I want to make sure that he can. I want to make sure that he can hear everything. Well, when was the first time that you got high? How was the first time that you got high before? You gotta speak into the mic.
Yeah, I know. I was on a camping trip with school.
A school camping trip?
Yeah, high school camping trip.
Was it? Do you remember the person that got you high? We were doing a rap for the people that got us high.
No, I don't remember the person.
What did they do? How did you guys get high?
We were on the camping trip, and they're like, yo, we brought some weed. You trying to smoke? And I was like, fuck yes. I've seen rap music videos.
How old were you? What was your parents'
14,
views on
15.
smoking?
They didn't like it. Oh, Jesus.
Did they chastise you? Like, do you have a lighter minute?
Oh, shit.
Like, my mom was like, don't ever smoke weed, otherwise you're going to be a piece of shit. Like, and that she hated people who smoke weed and that she would disown me if I smoke weed. Was it like that?
She caught me way too many times. I mean, I would smoke in my basement.
So she already... No, I'm saying before you smoked. Like, for
My
the first
parents
time.
don't like weed. My mom never liked weed, never liked drugs.
So was she like, William, you know, if I ever catch you smoking weed, I'm going to fucking... No?
No.
What's
No.
la chancla?
La chancla.
La chola.
La chola.
La chancla.
Well, my mom was like that. And was my mom weird? How was your mom?
No, your mom was reasonable.
Well, we know my mom is my mom's an old stoner. At a certain point, when me and my sister both came back from college and had been smoking, like we then found one of my mom's old pipes that she had from when she was, in her 20s and shit. And,
Whoa.
yeah, and then we smoked out of that.
Why is that always the answer with white people?
Well, I don't know, but I feel like I know that I have particularly laid back and cooler parents when it comes to specifically smoking weed, but drugs, alcohol in particular. Like my parents have always been extremely understanding of my drug use and haven't ever been like super worried. They're because I've always been relatively smart about it.
What if they just don't care about you?
I mean, that could also be the case, but I don't think it.
Like, I mean, does that make them cooler parents? You know what I'm
I
saying? Like
mean-
I always think about that. Like those kids that used to have the house parties.
I mean,
But
but
it
it wasn't
were
like.
supplying the booze.
But I was never having. Well, that's the thing is, I was never like having house parties, like big house
But you
parties.
went to them.
Am I?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah. Don't lie.
Yeah, I would go to, but they weren't ever like
That's- yeah,
super
that's-
crazy, and they weren't till like. Wasn't until I got older either. Like, that didn't start happening till like senior year for me,
Yeah, but
and I
then,
didn't go to a lot.
but that coolness could lead you to addiction. And look where it's got us here. 420, smoking our brains out. Not going to be able to function at work tomorrow.
Tonight,
Yeah, that's what I meant. See, look, it's already fucked me up.
Hello, America.
America, this is
My name is Bryan TV. What you just witnessed right now was two people, both living on different sides of the track.
on different sides of the track.
One a young man, born in the upper middle class hoods of Cleveland, Ohio. Born of Jewish descent in a family unknowing of its own heritage. The other, an immigrant from an immigrant family from the suburbs of Chicago. Born with a silver spoon in his mouth,
I ain't never had no spoons in my household.
but knows the hard reality truths. Today on 420, take a second to look at your friend. Make sure you remind them that it's okay,
Don't put your
it's
arm around
okay.
that life is worth living.
Life is worth living.
Every now and then you should smoke some weed.
Every now and then, you should smoke some weed.
Maybe we just go to Vegas together today.
Babies with Diddy?
Maybe
We go to Vegas.
maybe we run off together.
Just hop in a car and go to Vegas.
Let's just sell everything, empty our checking accounts.
I don't know about that one.
Run off into the sunset together.
Not gonna
Maybe
have
not.
much money in that bank account.
He looked at Will in his eyes. He looked at him deep into his soul. Let's just do it.
No,
Oh,
But no, dude. Yeah, dude. Smoking's cool, bro. Smoking with your homies is cool, though. I think the most beautiful thing about weed, even when you smoke it by yourself, is when you smoke with the homies. All those good times in the patios with that glass table. You know where the moms would put the umbrella in the glass table. There's a little hole in that glass table, and it's like 3 a.m. It's cold as hell. You can hear the motherfucking crickets out there, bro. And you guys have been fucking chugging 40s all night, bro. And you guys are just chilling there, bro. And you're just staring up at the fucking stars, bro. And your fucking homies rolling those motherfucking joints. And you guys are laughing, dude. You're just having a good fucking time because you're back from college, bro, for the fucking summer, dude. You're back from college, bro. You get to fucking see your friends for what, that 1 year. There's that 1 year gap when everybody leaves fucking high school, dog. And they come back from fucking college and you're different. You're still the same dude, but you're a fucking different
My
person.
mom rolled a joint for me and my friends when we were 18 and still in high school. Pretty cool mom.
Hell yeah, my mom beat the shit out of me once because she smelled weed on me. But you know what? That's okay, bro. Shout out to the moms out there, bro, who hold it down on their kids, bro, because I don't know, thug.
Two sides of the coin.
I don't know, thug. What if I had started smoking back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I wouldn't be the successful magnetic sexually. They see him, but
He's so successful.
But you know, yeah, drugs are interesting, man, and they're cool. And 420 is a cool day. And as we round out this fucking episode, Will, do you have anything to say as far as just like how you feel about weed, just weed in particular?
I love weed.
Weed's pretty cool, huh?
Weed is pretty cool, man.
It's a pretty cool thing, man. And you know, if your kids are smoking it, bro, I don't know, man. Maybe it's okay. I can't tell anymore, man. I used to know a kid in school, bro, who smoked hella weed, and he was just smart as hell, and he passed every test with an A, and he was a surfer, and he was cool, and like he was a cool dude, and he just managed to pull it off, and just some kids just don't. So I don't know. I don't know how to
His name
feel.
was Tommy Bahama.
Yeah,
He went on to own a line of T-shirts.
yeah.
Bryan is secretly 84.
Called Haynes. Yeah. Yeah, that's the ironic part. So, before we sign off, Will, where can they find you?
Man?
Where can they find
me
you?
At my house. At my house. They can find me at my house. Yeah, at my house. Will's House Comedy. Will's House Comedy. Will's House Comedy.
Oh, they can find me on Instagram at comedy_hazard. On Instagram, comedy_hazard. And where can they find you, Brian?
You can find me at @thereal_Bryan TV on Instagram.
What the fuck?
Happy
Sounds
for
like a robot every
You-
day. Just hit me.
You can find us at bingeonthischannel.com, and you can also find us on Instagram at bingeonthischannel, as well as the rest of the fantastic shows. This, that, and the other. Happiness with Barry Kurtz, Roll 420s, Caldo de Risa with Danny Archilla, and so many, many more. Thank you to Will's House Comedy for having us here in their studio. And with that, bro, remember, I'm 420. Smoke your brother
Room is
out.
hot Thursdays, 8 p.m.
Yeah, bro. Room is hot Thursdays, 8 p.m., bro. Happy 420. Happy 420. Happy 420. Have you ever had a day specifically designed for one thing only?
Have you ever had a day?
Where it's only 420 related. Have you ever smoked a day specifically designed for you to smoke your brains out? Well, I'll tell you about the day. I was just 8 years old when my mama got me taken away by CPH. And I raised on some inside of home. Nobody really loved me. And I found an old man who took me behind the house. He introduced me to one thing and the other. And after we laid together, he said, little brother, have some of this joint. Have some of this joint.
Damn, there's some drama.
Have some of this joint. Have some of this joint.
Yeah, that's
The dark origin
And I told that
story.
old man if he ever came near me again, then I slap him with my big old 5-fingered hands. He'll look at me down again. And I said,
Aren't you still 8 at this point?
I'm 8 years old. Nobody touches me, little bro. When I started doing the dance floor show, and turns out I'm just an undercover cop. Yeah, happy 420, son. You just got caught.
Undercover
You
cop.
just got caught.
All right. Anybody who we're starting at $100 for the script. Bidding goes up there.
All right, we got to get the fuck out of here because I got work. Everybody,
All right.
good night. Have a good night.
Bye.